And it was such a exhilarating feeling. Everyone's looking at us in this restaurant.
Yeah.
And then he walks in and he sits with us. It's just because he's a big actor. And his wife is, who's that woman? Rachel. His wife is a big known actress as well.
Okay.
I forget her name. But and then I met John Krasinski from The Office.
Oh, I love him.
So it's funny, he was shooting a movie on our street.
Okay.
And there was like a line of girls to go talk to him. I said, I'm never going to have this chance again. So I cut all the girls in line. I just go, hey, what's up, John?
Yeah.
He stopped what he was doing and we talked for like 2-3 minutes. I got a picture. And so that was really cool.
That's so funny though.
And
That you were just like, excuse me, ladies.
Oh, I just cut. Yeah, I did not care. If I see an opportunity and I might be hurting or stepping on other people's, I'm taking it. You know? I don't get opportunity often.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm so apologetic, but I'm at a point in my life where I'm about to be 31.
Yeah.
I'm not as sorry as I used to be. I'm trying to do my thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm such a nice person, but I've got you. It's a dog eat dog world.
Well, and especially I feel like in the world of content creation, like everyone's competing for attention, right? And
TikTok, and I've said this before, they push it's like certain creators have a season or a chapter that they're putting in the forefront. I've been in that spotlight 2 times where my name and my face, you would see me on TikTok at a certain point.
Yeah.
Even if you weren't a follower. And that's how I think this all really blew up. And then Instagram became big and, you know, modeling in Miami and just all of it.
Because when did you blow up? Like when did you know this is a thing?
2021 is when the end of 2020 is when everything changed. Right? Like right at the end of that first year, we were all told to go on lockdown. That's when it was that one video, how to be a bad boyfriend. That was the first video, 500,000 views overnight.
What was that? First of all, what was that like on your phone?
It was like an explosion went off. I mean, you know what's so crazy? Ever since then, my phone is on do not disturb mode since that exact moment.
I would imagine because you have like millions of followers and people liking your stuff, your phone would just be blowing up constantly.
And it's funny when people say like the millions of followers thing, because maybe I'm just numb to it.
Yeah.
Because it's true when you actually get to that point, it doesn't. Right now, I feel like you are more well known than me. No. Like I'm on this big person's show. What am I doing here? Like that's my mindset.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's
Is it because it's you and your phone? Is that why?
I think the phone makes it smaller.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it
in your mind. Yeah.
Like if I was in movies and movie theaters or on television or on Netflix, then I'd be like, okay, actually I'm afraid of that moment because then I know my head's going to change. But right now it's like it's on my phone. It's like I can put it away and turn it off and now what?
Yeah.
I have nothing in front of me. You know, so it hasn't been life-changing to that degree.
Yeah.
But
what inspired you to make that first video? Like we're in lockdown, but why that video?
I've always been like a romantic. When it comes to dating relationships, that's always been like have an importance in my brain. Like I want to get married. I want to have kids. So girlfriends back in that time, that was like the highlight of my life. Like who am I dating? That, you know what I mean? Like that whole thing. So I figured, okay, well, right now I'm single. Let me just see what happened. Let me just talk about relationship stuff, you know? And it blew up. And that was my first video talking about it. And it blew up. Then I make another video, how to be the perfect boyfriend. And it went over 1 million views. So it's like right when I saw that, I knew I had something there.
Yeah.
But what I did is I'm locked in. I've posted a video every day for a year straight.
Yeah.
And that's what people keep forgetting. This didn't happen overnight. It definitely took time. I think I hit my first 1 million followers. It took me about 1.5 years to hit 1 million followers.
Yeah.
But once I did, then it went to 2 million in a couple months, then 3 million. Now we're at that 3.6, 3.7. And I think it's going to probably stop there for a while.
How do you juggle all of that, though? It seems overwhelming.
So it was when I was working full time. Working full time and having to keep up with the social media was really difficult. I needed money. Like I wasn't making that kind of money on social media then. And so once I kind of thought to myself, you know what? This is my job. I don't need to work. Screw that. Let me put all my time and energy into this. And that's what I've been doing for the past 3 years, three or 4 years now.
So how do you monetize it?
So when you get to a certain point with TikTok, every view is so much cents, like money. So of course, the more viral you are, the more money you get. But the real money is in the brand deals. And for me being relationship related, I've done them for dating apps. I've done them for women's stuff or sometimes men's stuff, cologne. But it's also just random. Like I did a cat litter box, like an automatic one, a lot of AI apps.
Yeah.
And by the way, whoever is watching this right now, I know I promote AI apps and I'm kind of I'm not a big fan of AI, even though I use it all the time. It's brand deals. It's my job to promote what these companies want me to promote.
How do you pick and choose?
I'm still at that humble point where I got to take anything I get. I need money and this is my only way to make money. So that's like, let's say you have the option at your job to work overtime as much as you want. This is what I'm doing. Every deal that I get, as long as it's paying me the right amount, I take it.
That had to be scary for you in that moment to make that pivot, to leave your 9 to 5 and say, I'm going all in and take that leap.
It was very scary because you can't live without money. And that was my only way to make money.
Yeah.
So, but once I had that moment of, okay, this is it. Like I do have millions of followers. All my friends are saying, bro, what are you doing? You have this.
Yeah.
It just clicked. And I stopped working. I made this my full time. And it's been, like 3 or 4 years. But in that process, I've met a lot of people online, a lot of connections. I met a connection in Miami, Florida. I actually still to this day have a modeling agent in Miami, Florida, Aubrey Chandler. I almost went down that route, but unfortunately I like the gym too much and they don't want you to look that muscular. I was told you look a little buff.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to give up my gym routine.
You love your gym time.
I love my gym time. But then I met another connection who got me into acting school in New York City. And at the time, I was living in my own apartment, my own car. I was kind of living, I was doing all right, but I sold it all, moved to New York City, went to this school, ended up doing so good in the summer program that I got a scholarship for the fall semester. And I was at acting school in New York City for about a year. That's when I met Paul Bettany, had dinner with him. John Krasinski, I met him and gotten a lot of offers, a lot of roles. But the thing with this school is that first year, they don't want you taking anything because they're still like, you're still being taught how to act.
Yeah.
And that was partially why I actually left, because I felt ready. And
you wanted to hit the ground running.
I was ready to go. And the funny thing is I come home, the same month I'm home, I get a call from a director. Hey, do you want to, I love your look. I found you on social media. Would you mind playing the bad guy in a feature film that I'm making? And at the time, see, I'm one of those people where you need to show me the script. I need to see what's the budget, what's the production.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's cool. I'll play in this movie. I love acting. I'll be the bad guy. And a couple more months go by. I get to set. It's a full blown, he's using a camera that's like $250,000.
Wow.
And he has like 30 people on it's a real movie set.
Yeah.
And so we did that.
Where did you shoot it?
We shot it, believe it or not, in Glen Burnie, Maryland. And we shot it in like a month, about a month and a half. And that's coming out sometime at the end of summer this year. And hopefully on Amazon Prime.
What's the name of it?
It's called Warlock Jock.
Warlock Jock.
Yeah,
and you play the bad guy. You're the villain.
I'm the villain. I go through a lot of I don't want to say too much. I might get in trouble, but I'm playing the bad guy and we go there. It gets pretty horrific at times.
And that's coming out on Prime?
Amazon Prime, possibly some other smaller ones.
Yeah.
And yeah, later, probably the end of summer this year.
What's the deal with the car? Like the situation, because most of your videos are in a car. Why did you choose that?
Believe it or not, I chose the car because I like to yell in my videos and I can't really do that in the house or in public, so that was like my safe place to just get it all out.
And it's good lighting.
Yeah, lighting's usually always good. And what happened was my car broke down. My initial first car broke down. It wouldn't turn on anymore. So I'm thinking, I'm already yelling. I'm being already aggressive. Let's just take it up a notch. So I would start hitting the console and it would start flinging off. I'm like, you know what? This is my car. Let me destroy it.
Yeah.
So now I'm pulling the rear view window thing, using it as a microphone. And I just completely annihilated the car. Well, then I got another car. I'm thinking, okay, now we're done destroying cars. We're just going to make normal videos in the car.
Yeah.
Well, I got scammed on the car that I bought on Facebook Marketplace.
That sucks so bad.
So I'm like, well, here's another car to destroy.
Yeah.
So I was just going through a destroying car moment. I think my audience enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was almost like a big stress reliever too. Like you can get it all out.
But you strategize, like you know how to capture people's attention because you're tearing the car apart, but you're talking about like how to dating advice basically and like how to court a woman.
My advice to any influencer, and they probably already know this by now, but the first 3 seconds needs to grab someone's attention. I still struggle with that because sometimes my idea is I'm going to grab the attention later in the video, but those videos never do as well. You need to grab the audience's attention in that first 3-second window. That's what I've noticed. That's what works. So that's why I'm yelling sometimes first. I'm hitting something first, or the title is so good, I think.
Yeah.
I start off by just saying the title. But yeah, there's definitely a strategic, like nothing I'm doing is an accident. I'm kind of already planning. What are we talking about? What are we going to say? What are we going to do? What's getting hurt or destroyed? What prop am I going to bring?
Who are you speaking to though? Like what's your demographic?
So primarily women, but as of late, I'm kind of getting on the guys how to treat the women, and vice versa. I don't like to say I talk to one male or female. I'm kind of talking to everybody, you know, because what's something every human has to go through at some point? A relationship.
Yeah.
You're going to eventually fall in love or feel that feeling, and you know, I'm single, which is kind of ironic. Like, and my advice,
single as a Pringle,
you can eat that. But my slogan is, you know, the coach doesn't play. But that's pathetic to say at this point because I'm 30 going on 31. I want a wife. I want kids. I want a family. I've done my thing already. I've gotten it all out of my system. Because I was not this person years ago. I don't know if I can say certain words.
Of course you can. Yeah.
I was a man whore.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say it. Like,
F-boy. Yeah.
I was an F-boy. I was all that, you know, and I dressed differently. I cared more about what I looked like. Now, like the older you get, I don't care what I look like, you know? But no, I was an F-boy. And then I got older and started realizing what's this temporary dopamine really getting me? Yeah. Obviously it feels good. Obviously, you know, a good looking woman's going to attract me to her or whatever. But I want someone that I can bring with me if I go on a travel or a trip. Right now, I wish I had a woman next to me now, you know, and even going grocery shopping with your person is enjoyable for me, you know, let alone actual dates or whatever. So, and I'm also 31. I refuse to have kids after 35.
Why?
I don't want to be in my 40s, 50s, and I'm taking my kid to high school or school. I don't know. Like I'm ready now. Like I'm at that good age. I've lived the world. I know the world. I see the world differently at this point. And I just feel like I'm ready to take that step.
I feel like there are women out there that are probably messaging you on your social medias, right? I can only imagine. I told you why we named the show Respectfully.
Why is it called Respectfully?
Because in my DMs, I'll get messages from guys and, you know, whether they're hitting on me or sending me something, I don't know, sexual, they always started off with respectfully. So my producer, Ludwig, was like, that's what we should call it, respectfully with a strike through, because it's just like tongue in cheek, you know?
I love that. No, the name is perfect. And I'm like the male version of you. So everyone says the men are the ones who are sending those pics or doing those
no, the girls are
things.
bad. Yeah.
Girls do it too, ladies.
What are your DMs look like?
They look like sex. Everyone so I talk about lust a lot lately, like biblically and everything, because I'm also a Seventh-day Adventist Christian. And it's not easy to be Christian in a world like today, especially when you're single. Like that's why I always talk about being single, because the temptation is everywhere. Yeah. If a good looking girl DMs me, it could be a normal DM. Yeah. That alone is like grabbing my interest. Yeah. Now you're going to send like sexual things. Right. it's like for me to turn my head and not give in is tough.
Have you ever dated a viewer? Like someone who was just on your
Actually,
TikTok?
yeah, I have. I've been in a relationship with a follower before.
How did that start?
I was just doing my thing on social
Mhm.
media, and she reached out to me on TikTok. This was like 2022 or 2021, 2022, where I was early. I was only like 300,000 followers.
Yeah.
And I really thought she was attractive. And I surprised her. We were talking for like months. I forget how many. I flew out to California to meet her in person.
Was she also an influencer or a content creator?
She wasn't.
Okay.
And we hit it off in person. I come home. Now she's flying to see me.
Mhm.
We end up getting a house together in my hometown.
Oh, it got serious.
It got really serious. And then that ended. And my dating history is pretty wild.
Let's get into it. Yeah.
So, and then another follower after her, I ended up dating.
Yeah.
And that's one of my most recent ones. Then another one. And the problem with me being a social media influencer and in a relationship
Yeah.
is they'll say in the beginning, I don't care that you do what you do. Like, do you? You know, it's fine.
They care.
Then they happen to see the DMs. They happen to see the comments.
Yeah.
Now they're thinking in their head about it. And one of my exes actually, she had me delete every social media platform. Every Instagram was gone.
It's your livelihood.
Facebook, TikTok. Thank goodness social media platforms give you that 30-day mark
Oh my
if you want to come
goodness,
back
yeah.
and revive your account. But
You
yeah,
were going to give up the whole thing?
and I did. And that's the thing is I gave it all up for this girl. I thought we were going to I thought this was it. I was ready.
Oh.
She even got pregnant actually. And we ended up having to handle that. But yeah, like I've tasted love so many times that I thought this was really going to be it.
Mhm.
And sure enough, it never was, you know? So now here I am 30, single. And so now I'm at a point in my life where I'm just doing me. Like I'm always the chaser
Mhm.
because I don't like being lonely. Who does? I don't like being alone. So I'm DMing her, DMing her. The ideal match for me would be another influencer.
Mhm.
I would imagine. Cause like, then there's no,
Someone who gets it.
I get what they're doing. They
Yeah.
get what I'm doing. Cause you look at an influencer and you're like, oh, I'm not even going to try because they're getting hit on by all these people.
Yeah.
How am I going to stand out? But in reality, I'm not going through all my DMs and answering people. In
Yeah.
fact, when I'm done posting, I'm done with my phone for a while until later when I check notifications or emails. Yeah. So like another influencer would probably be ideal. Or now that I'm getting heavy into my Christianity, a godly woman, a Christian woman,
Mhm.
you know?
Do you feel like, are you in love with being in love?
Yeah. I'm probably the biggest hopeless romantic you've ever met.
Mhm.
When I'm in a relationship, I like plan out dates. I make them, exciting. I'm good at I want the spark to continuously be there because I know what it's like when that dies off, which I
Mhm.
think a lot of relationships struggle with.
Mhm.
When you're looking for a partner, physical attraction is probably the first thing that's what we're prone to that. Tinder, Bumble, the dating apps, what's the first thing you're looking at? Not what they did or where they went to school. You're looking at them.
Mhm.
And I've done some research. The first thing a man looks at a woman is not her eyes, not her breasts, not her butt, not her any of that. He's looking from head to toe her figure.
Mm.
Because believe it or not, when a man is looking at a woman, he can tell within the first 5 seconds if he's sexually attracted to that woman.
Really?
And it's not one body part.
Yeah.
It's the whole shebang.
Yeah.
Because it's common, at least for me, maybe I'm just a sexual deviant. I don't know what the word is. But you're eyeballing the woman from head to toe because if that ratio is like how you like and it attracts you, that's he's going for that girl.
Where do you get your advice from? Obviously you've been in lots of relationships, but where does it come from?
Well, this is all fake. I just look it all up. No, I a lot of experience. People don't understand, not all my relationships have been publicly posted. I'm one of those people in a relationship where I do like to show my girl off.
Mhm.
I like to show off what we're doing. I've just always been that way. But no, a lot of it is experience. I've been in very toxic relationships. I've been in very healthy relationships.
What is your version of toxic? Toxic
to me is the cell phone. I don't know how to explain it, but with no trust, there's no foundation. With no foundation, there's no relationship.
Mm-hmm.
The phone thing, like nowadays, everyone has a roster. Everyone. I mean, you can say they're just friends,
Mm-hmm.
and I get that. You really can have friends of the opposite sex, and it's truly just friendship.
Yeah.
But we're living in a new age, a new era, 2026. Friends, how long? You know what I mean? Like, when are you gonna like? I personally don't know if I would be comfortable with my girlfriend hanging one-on-one with a guy.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, it's just, you can call me insecure. You can tell me it's like a red flag, and it might be.
Mm-hmm.
I know me as a man, if I'm hanging out with a girl one-on-one and we're like, let's just say we're going to dinner or we're just watching a movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's something I've never done that and something not happen.
Okay.
Hence, I don't really have a whole lot of female friends because, it's just, in my experience, I've never hung out with a girl one-on-one and something not of that nature occur.
Yeah.
So in your head as a man, your woman's just going to the store with a guy friend. I don't know.
Because you know where you would take it.
I know where I would be as that guy friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've been in those situations as the friend, as the boyfriend. And I do understand that it's trust. Like,
mm-hmm.
and I think that does play a big role in relationships. Like, can you trust your girl to go hang out with a guy friend? I'm going to tell you now, at least from my following, they're all going to say no.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just, we know this world and where it's heading and where it is now when it comes to dating. It's
mm-hmm.
a demonic roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to find a healthy relationship now.
Do you think you really believe everyone has I don't have a roster. And if
mm-hmm.
I were to date someone, I'm just like a monogamous dater. It's just the way I am. I feel like
mm-hmm.
you can't get to know someone if you're juggling like 5 people.
Yeah.
So, but you have a roster.
No, I used to. I did used to. But never see, when I'm in a relationship,
mm-hmm.
my focus is on that girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I'm done with the DMs.
Same, right.
I'm not like going out of my way anymore. And if they're reaching out, it's funny, whenever you're in a relationship, they all want to reach out.
Of course.
It's funny how that plays out. But no, it's just because a lot of girls and guys, if it doesn't work out with this person that they're trying to go on dates with and stuff, they want to have that comfort. They want to have that backup option.
Oh God, that sucks to be the backup.
It does. And you know what's funny is I don't say this out of just my own opinion.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen girls that I've been dating, they'd have rosters. Like, they've actually shown me, like, by the way, if this doesn't work, I do have other people.
Whoa.
I've seen it. And I also have some guy friends who they have multiple women
mm-hmm.
for in case their main woman doesn't work. I know that sounds horrible, but that's where we are at. And like, think about it. You could be on this dating app, Facebook dating.
Yeah.
And you're now it's like you just, whatever happened to just, okay, that one person, I'm going to get to know that one person and nobody else.
Yeah.
But people aren't like that, because let's say they're busy at work or they're busy doing something. Now you have to wait hours to hear back from them. Well, what are you going to fill that time with? If you're just, let's just say it's your day off, or you're sitting and just kind of wanting to talk to them.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to find that from Bob or Dylan or another guy.
But it feels like people are just killing time just because they don't want to be alone.
Yeah, I think that plays a big role into it as well. Because when you're sitting there bored, we have these devices now
mm-hmm.
where, unless you have a hobby or you do have things you really are focused on
mm-hmm.
outside of that genre or whatever, you're probably talking to somebody else.
Yeah.
Or you're feeling that, because people don't want to be alone. I don't either. And that can be scary sometimes, because you'll do anything you can, sometimes even go in relationships aren't going to work
mm-hmm.
just because it's someone filling that emptiness.
See, for me, I was married for 10 years. And as soon as I got out of that marriage, I felt like I'd broken free. And I didn't want to be tied down. And I'm a runner, by the way. Like, you're a chaser, I'm a runner. And I just enjoy my alone time. I enjoy being able to just kind of hear my own thoughts and really just kind of, I love going out to eat alone. I'll do anything alone. Yes. Yeah.
Because it's funny.
It's very empowering.
Yeah. You'll see pictures of like Leonardo DiCaprio or actors, like famous people, just going out by themselves to eat. It's funny. I've never done that, but
Really?
I know I could. Yeah. It took, I was one of those people that I didn't like being alone. But I couldn't sit in my own self alone. I
Yeah.
had to fill that void. But now I think I'm finally at 30 years old, I'm okay being alone. Like I can do this by myself. I can do that by myself. I just always I like having my person with me, you know? But I think it took me 30 years to be okay with just being by myself.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
would rather be alone than feel alone with someone.
Oh yeah, that's way worse.
Yeah. Have you ever been on a blind date?
You know, I never have.
Yeah.
So set me up with No, I never have. It's almost, that would almost be, that might even be the key because now you're not overthinking about them. You know, you don't even know what they look like,
Yeah.
you know? So it's like a breath of fresh air when you go and get to do that,
Yeah.
you know? So
Yeah.
I think blind dates they should bring those back.
They should. I know.
really
I think
do.
that's kind of fun, but it's hard because I feel like social media has ruined dating.
100%. It really has. If I didn't,
And you built a whole brand on it. Yeah.
if I didn't make money on social media, I don't think I'd have it to the degree I do now.
Yeah.
I really don't. I do enjoy posting stuff because for me, I look at stuff as art. Like even my TikTok videos, like I'm looking at it as like my own version of a movie. You know, not all the videos, but I've always wanted to be an actor. You know, that's before any social media, acting was the #1 passion. It still sits there too.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and I love that you said at dinner last night, you were like, I'm not an influencer, I'm a creator. What does that mean to you?
I think influence is very powerful. But the problem with me is I've recently gotten closer to God. And if I'm truly going to be a Christian, well, then I would have to influence people to him, not to myself. So right now, being an influencer, I'm influencing people, okay, to be maybe better boyfriends, better girlfriends. But I don't know if I want that title.
Yeah.
I think when I say creator, I'd rather just create stuff that people can enjoy or take something from. I will not hit that post button unless I know that someone in the world can take even just a little something out of what I'm posting. Yeah, I'm being silly, I'm being funny, I'm being destructive, I'm being all these things. But if you listen to what I'm saying, I'm trying to be somewhat educational. I want you to take something from it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you caught my attention because you were like tearing your car apart. And that's the first time you popped up in my feed. And I thought it was really funny. I sent it to my girlfriends, right? But as I followed you and as I watched your content, I was like, I think this guy has a lot more to say than just, you know, these 10-second videos about how to treat your girl, right? I mean, and it seems like that's what you're exploring right now.
It's definitely what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm sure people can tell from the content I'm posting lately, the views are going down because I'm talking about different things. I'm trying new things. You know, I went to Miami for modeling. I went to New York City for acting. I ended up doing a movie. I'm the kind of person where I don't want to limit myself to one thing. TikTok has been a fun ride and it's opened up many doors, and I'm probably not ever going to leave social media at this point because I do enjoy it, you know, at the end of the day, but I do have more to say. I know I have more talent.
Yeah.
I like going to the gym, and I don't like lifting light and just, that was fun. I like going until I can't go no more. Like I'm that person.
Yeah.
I'm also a bit of an extremist. If you give me like a cold plunge, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
If you give me like something, I like going to test. I like testing my limit. You know, I don't like doing the same thing every day. I'm very unpredictable when it comes to what I'm doing today.
Yeah.
You know?
You built this huge following though, and it's like you have more to say. Do you feel like you have that ability to expand outside of that dating box?
I do.
I remember when you posted something about Charlie Kirk and how much that impacted you. And I know you like to speak at your local church. I mean, is that something that you're looking to incorporate into like your TikToks and your Insta?
So if I'm being 100% honest, I came across a guy named Anthony Mitchell. I don't want to say his name wrong. And if I did, I'm so sorry. He's like this viral sensation of a preacher right now. He has a really interesting story, but he found God and it's changed his life. And now he preaches, and he's all over my feed right now. and it's so inspiring. And I'm bringing him up because Anthony Paul Mitchell, I think that's his name. But Charlie Kirk, it's interesting. I never knew him, hardly watched his stuff. I would maybe watch one of his campaign videos, like with the crowd. But when I found the news out that he died, it felt as if I lost a friend. It's like, you know that feeling when a family member dies? I had that for this stranger I've never met. And I knew he was godly. I knew he preached about God and religion, and he's a Christian. And my only answer is it was a spiritual feeling, like a spiritual awakening in me. And I'm sure millions, a lot of people have said the same thing. Like they never knew him, but when he died, it's like they lost a family member. And to me, I don't want to say the wrong thing, or if I'm saying something wrong, I think God was using him. And I think his death played a big role in waking people up to God and to religion. Because they said Bible sales went up when this happened. Churchgoers, more churchgoers happened. But I think we're slowly getting to a point where that's somewhat fading. And we need now more people to wake up to the truth that God is real and he is coming back.
It's hard to talk about faith of any kinds, especially on the internet, because everyone's got an opinion, but most people don't make room or make space for people to have their own opinion, right? And so, like, what kind of challenges have you faced when you do try to incorporate your faith into your content?
Well, I can tell you for starters, TikTok. Like, my videos, I don't think people understand 7,000 views on a video is not normal for me. There was a time, literally every video I posted was over 1 million views. There was a time, every video. And now all of a sudden I'm finding God. He's definitely helping change my own life. It's the convictions are really what's happening. Like things I used to do that I knew weren't quite what he wanted me to do, I'm doing them. And there's like a feeling in me telling me, you stop, don't do it. And then it's actually so powerful that I don't do it. I actually will stop.
Is that why you stopped the OnlyFans?
So OnlyFans was a mixture of that. And it was right before acting school. Like I had just gotten into the school and I just knew if this comes out that I have an OnlyFans, like that, I don't think I'm going to make it as an actor, period.
How did you wind up on that site?
So I have a lot of friends, a lot of female friends who do it. And, you know, I'm a guy, I'm looking, I've never paid for a subscription. That's to me, I would never do that. But like, I would reach out to them and be like, how much are you making from that?
Yeah.
And when they told me some of the numbers that they're making.
What are the numbers?
50,000 a month, 100 and some thousand a month. Monthly, they're making.
What do they do though for those types of payments?
I don't know exactly what they were doing because I did not pay for their OnlyFans, but I know what I did, and I'm just showing it all, just putting it all out there, really. And then what it is people can request stuff from you, and so
like what kind of requests did you get?
Just like
you're as pink as this set right now.
I everything, like my cock was out there, my balls were out there, like everything was out there, and I feel like I'm gifted. I wear a size 13, so so I'm not gonna lie, like I really only did it because I'm confident in how I am, and that I'm confident with my sexuality. I'm confident when it comes to downstairs. So I was just like, you know what? I don't know any other men that are doing it, but if they're making that kind of money, I need money right now. So
you just see it as business.
I see it as business. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did end up kind of getting lured into like, I have to get horny every day and film it or show it, you know? So I kind of got into a structure where I'm literally like lusting every single day to make money. And it got to a point where I just felt disgusted with myself.
It didn't align with what your values.
And then once I got into an acting school in New York City, that was all fresh for me. I've never done something like that. I knew I couldn't do both because it was either going to get leaked or people were going to start talking. And it was that kind of acting school where rumors go around. I didn't want that, you know? And of course, to answer the initial question, God, like I was raised in the church and I knew it was wrong. But at the time, there's moments in life where you just don't feel God like you do in other moments. And at that moment, that was probably the furthest away from him that I felt.
How long were you creating content on OnlyFans?
I was doing OnlyFans for probably like a year, about a whole year doing that. And what happened is I made the OnlyFans account. I took maybe 7 to 8 pictures and went ahead and posted them, got the account ready. And back then you could kind of promote it on TikTok.
Yeah.
You cannot do that now. So I had about 1.1 million followers at the time. And I'm now promoting OnlyFans to these people. And I did not lose followers like I thought. I ended up gaining followers.
Really?
And now all these women, older women, some younger, they're now flocking to OnlyFans. So, you know, they have to pay to see.
Yeah.
So I go after about a couple of days to check, you know, how much money is this even pulling in? Probably nothing. Well, in 1 week, I made over $6,200, over $6,000 in 1 week.
And how many hours of actual work?
Oh, I'm beep, done. That's it, literally. Now, there were times I would go into the requests of what they wanted to see, and I would pretty much fulfill every request at a price. You know, like every request was a different price. But when I saw the money coming in, I told my parents, like I
was just going to say, does your family know about the OnlyFans thing? Obviously, they know about your socials.
Mom, you know I do OnlyFans, right?
No.
You know I do OnlyFans, right?
Come on over here, Mom.
I'm an open...
Did you feel the segue?
Yeah, segueing right on in.
I'm an open book with my family. My dad shook my hand when I showed him the money I made.
What did your dad say?
He was like, I'm proud of you, son. And he literally shook my hand. He didn't care. My dad doesn't care about stuff like that. So.
And you never had to actually meet these people, right?
Oh yeah, every
it was
bit
just
of money,
you alone.
all virtual.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never gone and had sex for money. Like, no.
And did you have any like stalkers though? I mean,
yeah, there's some that are still blocked to this day.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, for fun, I've unblocked them once. Instantly, they're right back to doing what they were doing.
wow.
So there's about 7 people that are blocked and will remain blocked until the end because it's bad.
Mom, what did you think about that?
Well, I was like, why are you telling me this? Is when he first told me, but we've always had both my kids, which I do love, that they'll tell me pretty much anything. They're willing to share things. Sometimes I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you're telling me this. But then when I talk to my friends, they're like, no, be glad that your kids can talk to you like that.
Yeah.
We've always had a very close connection.
I can tell, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Not to put him on the spot, but kind of when my dad was out of the picture for a little bit, it was really just me, my mom, and my sister, you know? So I think what happened in that moment is we all kind of got really close. But I was always close with my dad too. Like there was a moment with my dad where I could tell him literally anything, even the girls, all this stuff. And he was just an easy listener, you know, and he would, you know, but yeah, we've just always, I'm at this point in life where I can say things like this, like, and I don't care, you know, and we talk and it is what it is.
I mean, it had to be weird for you at first though, right?
Well, it did. And I would be like, you know, I can't believe it. And of course I'm like, don't tell anybody. Like again, like with the religious part, you know, we all, you know, are churchgoers and, you know, even myself slid back and, you know, wasn't keeping up with the way our faith is. But then I also have gotten back into it. And then, Zachary has really gotten into it. So anyway, I'm glad he's not doing it anymore because it was disappointing. It's like, you know, how low do you have to go? But, you know.
No pun intended.
Right.
Pretty low, Mom.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
I love that. Like, I get why you're good with women, like on the internet, like regardless of what platform you're on though, because like you're so close with your mom, you're close with your sister. Like you can see that you just have really good female relationships.
Yeah. It's really crazy because when I was in high school, I only had like me and my, you know, the boys, like we'd all hang out, do our thing, smoke weed, get drunk, all that. But as I got older, like I have more fun talking to a woman than I do a guy, even if it's a friend. Like I've just always been that way. I don't know what it is, probably because I'm just a horny guy, I guess, in general. And I don't care if I'm telling on myself, but I'm going there. I just, I think.
I love that you just giggle over it. I mean,
I think what it is I have so much love to give. I'm a lover just like you are.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling I'm going to be that guy with like 7 kids because I have that much in me. Like, again, like I'm not trying to be that sexual whatever, but I'm a lover.
You love to love.
I love to love. And that's what I was saying earlier is I want a wife really bad, but I don't want to like rush.
What do you think about his girlfriends? Like, what has your opinion been?
Well, the one was a big deal that he went out to California. First of all, for him to, but actually, I think I've underestimated him in his life. And in the last year or so, I have really seen him grow. And
I didn't pay her to say that.
Not to put you out there, like he can have a temper.
Yeah.
Drinking can be an issue.
Okay.
But in the last year or so, he has really shown all of us, like he'll drink, but he'll go to dinner, maybe have a couple, and then he will stop. His whole thing was once he started for that day, he won't stop. He just can't. And he would admit that, correct?
Well, you were talking about how when you do something, you go hard at it. And that's kind of like an addictive personality.
I have a very addictive personality.
Yeah.
You give me a food that tastes good, I like it, I want all of it. You give me a drink I like that by the way, I do not drink for the flavor either. I was drinking solely for what's it making me feel like. And during the OnlyFans era, I had so much money. All my rent for the rest of the year was covered. My car was covered. All bills were covered. I had nothing to do besides OnlyFans and sit around and, all my buddies were at work or married or have kids. So what did I do? I drank. And
I also think he was in a depression.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I went through a very, very dark place. In fact, I've had multiple dark moments in my life. It's funny, like I know I'm acting a little silly now. I act silly in my TikTok videos, but there's a lot of me that people don't see. Even on a podcast, I can be very, I don't even know what the word is, just serious. Because deep down, I know I'm a godly man at the end of the day. So like the things I say or do, I know I'm convicted of them. And I know I'm like, if I do something wrong, I know I'm going to pay for that later, and that's kind of like karma, but.
Is that like when you went to jail?
So jail was another thing, I got a DUI.
Just gonna keep the segues coming.
I ended up getting a DUI and I did not go to jail for that.
Okay.
I was put on probation and you can't drink on probation.
Okay.
Well, I didn't care and I was still drinking and doing stupid things.
And it was driving any type of vehicle. He actually got pulled over on a bicycle. Remember that?
I was riding a bicycle. I was riding a bike from my buddy's house.
We learned
back
something
to my
new
house.
on that. Yeah.
Well, I crashed the bike. And little did I know, someone called the cops and a cop showed up and just hauled me right into jail, just like that. I did 3 months of jail for that.
3 months?
So then I get out of jail after 3 months and...
Because it was a means of transportation that he was controlling.
Anything with wheels.
But were you drunk then though?
I was here.
Is that what? Right. And he crashed and the neighbor thought you were making a lot of noise and being,
And then, so I did 3 months of jail for that. By the way, jail is not fun. It's not what you see in the movies.
What was that
don't
like?
think
Jail is not what you see in Orange is the New
Especially
Black
for
or the
a pretty
movies.
boy like you.
Right, look out,
actually,
buddy.
no. So I made myself look ugly in jail. I let all my facial hair grow. This hair was always a buzz cut. You can get haircuts in jail.
Okay.
And I just ate whatever food was in there. Like I purposely let my entire being go.
Okay.
Because
He still looked adorable, honestly.
Anyway, I get out of jail and I forget what happened, but I flew to California on probation. An ex-girlfriend saw a palm tree in my Snapchat story, called my PO,
Stop it.
told him I went to California.
What?
So here's the funny thing. I come home, nothing's wrong. I'm thinking, okay, whatever. Well, my PO calls me in.
Well, they called me too.
My PO called my mom, called me, but acted like, just come in for a meeting.
Yeah.
So I go in, I'm thinking, all right, whatever. He says, no, walk to the left this time. I'm like, oh, I thought your office was right there. He said, we're going to go this way. It's over here now. I love how they play you like that.
Yeah.
So I walk over and he says, all right, hands behind your back, Mr. Barbour. You're going to jail. And then he gave me the whole told me the whole thing. Literally an ex-girlfriend told on me. And that's how it all happened because of a single palm tree in my Snapchat.
Because she was stalking your Snapchat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But so then I did 6 months of jail for that. And it was after that 6 months where
that was another jail session.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I did 9 months of jail total, but 3 here, 6 there.
But his PO really liked him. There was
so let me get to that.
Yeah.
My PO
he would call me a couple times.
My PO basically said, "You're looking at state time, 2 years minimum of state time." But I kid you not, he said this to me face to face in his office. "There's something about you. You do not fit in with these people that I arrest." And there's just something. This was before TikTok really. This was before TikTok really became something. By the way,
yeah.
He looked at me and said, "I just have a feeling about you that there's something special about you that I don't want to be the reason I take it away from the world." He said this to me in his office, and so I got out of jail. Did not have to go to state for 2 years, and then that's when I think that's when I took TikTok really serious because this was before I started going viral, and then that's when all this happened.
Because it's like you had a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And real quick to segue back into the question you had asked about his girlfriends, he had met this one girl in California, but she was a big deal because she came from a popular family. Her godfather, right? Mm-hmm. Her godfather played in Star Wars.
Billy D. Williams.
Yeah. So I don't know. She came.
I'm going to be honest. I know you like to have this to say. This was a small portion of it. It was nothing really of that.
We really
liked her.
We did. She was very family oriented, very out there. The only problem was, unfortunately, her personality and his clash. They were both toxic. It was the jealous time. It was, you're looking at this or you're looking at it. Was all that. And and then the last few girls,
I know why.
Why? What was it about them that you were like?
Well, the one in between. So one of them just, I think, had psych issues majorly. Okay. My daughter picked it up right away. And I tried to cater to her, and
your sister clocked her,
and she is one to do that.
My sister will give me her opinion in the first 5 minutes of meeting.
I've got a little brother too. Yep.
Yeah. And she's pretty much spot on.
Yeah.
So anyway, I tried to love her and all, but she was sneaky. She wouldn't say bye when she left. It just isn't the way we all are. Not that I was judging her on that, but it was it just didn't. So then that didn't work. And then he got the other one that did try to make him get rid of all his social media, which he did. But thank goodness he had, 30 days?
What was your reaction to that? That's wild.
All of us, we were like, and even my brother, who all of them were like,
Who's your brother? Who's your brother, by the way? What does your brother do, by the way?
Well, he's a big wing in the McCormick company.
He's CFO?
He's not a CFO. He is the vice president of the financial department
of worldwide.
But he runs in China. Mm-hmm. He's over all these different. Mm-hmm. But so they're, he always feels like he's being judged by everybody in the family, and that is not true. It's just my brother wants you to be settled and you need a job, and so he doesn't see this as a job.
Yeah,
And honestly, I really didn't
either.
That's
a good segue. So.
Okay.
None of my family think that what I do is a job.
Do they understand the following that you've created?
I don't think they do. And I think it's because of what I said earlier. Yeah. It's just on a little cell phone.
Yeah.
That's why I asked her to come on this trip, because I want her to get a glimpse of this is just one thing that kind of comes with this.
You were so cute too when he was like, "Do you mind if I bring my mom?" And I was like, "We'll have her on the show."
I know, I was kind of honored because I thought he'd be like, "No, so Mom, you're not."
You know why I really did? Because I mentioned this.
Yeah.
And I looked at her. She said, "Wait, I can call out on Monday." I couldn't say no. Yeah. I had to bring my mom.
Yeah, I kind of did ask. I said, "Do you want me to go just so you're not by yourself?" I said, "But I get it if you don't." He said, "You know what, Mom? I think that would be a great idea."
Yeah. But no, my family, and I think I might even be partially the one to blame why I treat it small. Yeah. I kind of treat it small. So I think they also see it that way. But who's all the times that we went out to dinner and I'm paying for all of our meals.
Yes.
I'm talking $400 or $500 dinner bills. That's all TikTok
Not
money.
to put you out there, but you don't have your own car and you don't have a house.
And they know that already.
This job then, it's not a job to sustain him. Or is it? Is there things that are bigger out there, you know? Talking to all of you, but that's all. That's what we see. We just want them to.
I'm a struggling content creator, basically. Like, I make the videos, I do make money, but it's nothing to live really that well off of.
Yeah.
You know, like I do. I live in my mom's house. I don't currently have a car. I'm sharing one with my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
You know, I had to rent a car to get here. You know, and that's really. But then what I'm getting at now is like, I'm in my church more than I ever have been in my entire life. I'm praying constantly. I'm feeling convictions with every single thing I say and do. I think there's a reason that I'm alone. There's a reason that I'm now okay being single and alone. And I think it's truly to build my relationship with God, but it doesn't stop there. This guy I was talking about earlier, Mitchell, he was going into the gifts that God gives to people.
Yeah.
And everyone has one. And it doesn't suggest we do what he's asking. It's saying to do it. And I truly believe, and this is just what I believe, that my following was not an accident. I think it had to take this amount of time, this much, because everyone wants to get to the mountaintop. They see it. But what they don't see is the valley to get to that mountaintop. They think it's just going to happen when they pray for something. He's not going to give you the answer. He's going to give you ways to get to the answer and struggles that you have to go through to be a better, you know, stronger, whatever. And I truly think that he's going to eventually use me with my following to get more people to know who he is or pick up a Bible or go to church. And again, I know we've just talked about all this stuff, which is, again, this is my past, the OnlyFans, all this stuff.
You've lived a life. We have all lived a life.
A heck of a life, you know, and it's been really fun, really good. New York City was probably the best time of my life.
Yeah.
And I've been on the fence with that. Like, do I move back there? Do I continue that life because I know I was going to go somewhere living there? Or do I stay in Westminster, keep getting closer to God in my church, and maybe he'll bless me with a wife one day? I don't know. I just know at this moment in time, I want to be a husband. Like, I don't want to go sleep with a random girl anymore. I want to marry someone, but not just anyone, you know?
But do you feel like you're a serial dater? Will you miss the rush of like dating? And, you know, it's like when it's new in the beginning.
Like
if you want the truth,
chase. Or
if you want the truth, I miss it now. I've had to say no to a lot of women in my life recently because I do want to go out to eat with you, and then who knows what we do afterwards, you know? And I do get very horny. Any man who's single telling you they don't get horny, you do. I mean, maybe others just have better control or they have better distraction, or, you know, like I have noticed the closer I do get to God and I remain close, that doesn't even weigh on my brain at all. Like it's like lust is not even existent, which is another reason why I'm working on that journey with God. But no, I do miss all that. I miss going out with my friends. I miss, you know, I miss all of it, you know, but it's the sacrifice I've had to give. I've had to give all that up because I can't live that life and this life he wants me to live. In fact, it's in the Bible. I can't quote it. I wish I could. You either love all of me or none of me, or you can only serve one master, not two, you know? If you serve the other one, you can't serve me, you know? And that's kind of the fence that I've been living on for like the past year, even just the past couple months, because I'll go to church. I'm reading my Bible. I'm praying all the time, but then I do occasionally slip up with things, you know, and I just made a video on repentance, you know, to repent to God, because a lot of people, please forgive me, I'll never do it again, but then they do it again. And it's that cycle. That's not repentance. And that's what I'm struggling with. People think because I talk about stuff in my TikToks that, well, then why are you this? Then why are you that? If anything, I'm using you. I'm venting.
Yeah.
I'm just helping other people be aware.
Yeah, exactly. Human.
I'm bringing things to light that maybe other people wouldn't. You know, like repentance, you know, how to really find your soulmate, not just what we think. Because God says, do not lean on your own understanding.
How does it make you feel to hear him talk about how badly he wants to be a husband and, you know, find love? How does that make you feel?
It softens my heart. I love it. Well, because, I've watched him go through such a life and commitment issues with women and other people in the family I know have had that. But I've really seen a change. And then even where he's reading his Bible and he's like, Mom, like, because I keep saying, I'm so proud of you. I said, yeah, you're proud of me, but you're not reading yours right now. I said, well, I do my own things in my own time. But I am. I'm just really proud of him.
What did you tell me the other night why you think I am still living with you guys? Because maybe I'm supposed to be helping our whole family.
True.
We all are Seventh-day Adventists in the house. There's like, 6 of us in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And we all stray away at times.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems I've always been the anchor to come right, because I go through it all the time. I'm literally living a spiritual battle every single day.
But we all are, honestly.
And we all are. I don't mean to say only I am, but I'm always the one kind of reminding the household, what should, reading our Bible, going to church, praying to God, because the end is so near. And again, I know it's touchy subject to talk about, because not everyone's going to believe what I believe or what you believe or what she believes, but
we have to be able to make space for it, though. Like,
yeah.
It's just respect.
The only thing, and I'll end it, the religion on this is the end is very near. And if you do read the Bible, things that we see on the news or that are happening with the world or the government or everything, I could go all day with this, but we are literally living in the last, not days, but hours of what the Bible is talking about. And it's not supposed to be scary. It's just, we need to be ready for that. And I truly think it's going to be in my lifetime that I think as long as no freak accidents happen, I think I'm going to be alive for the second coming of Christ. And I want to be ready. I want my family to be ready, my friends, people I care about, my future wife, and God also says to be equally yoked with your partner.
Mm-hmm.
If I believe this and she believes that, one of my exes, I had an ex pull me out of Saturday church and into Sunday church. And here I'm telling my family, I feel something more at this Sunday church than my own church I was raised in. And I had to get my pastor involved in like, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of woke me out of that. And when I say woke me out of that, he referred into the Bible where to go and do my research.
Mm-hmm.
And, the Bible speaks for itself. That's where all the answers are. But if I'm not good at reading, I don't like reading. So it's always a challenge to open up a book of any sort, especially the Bible. But I've been fighting that. I've been doing that lately. And I now see what my pastor has been trying to tell me. But yeah.
Do you think your followers will be surprised to see you speaking so candidly?
Yes and no, because I'm a very blunt person. I'm a very direct person. Like even with my relationship videos, I'll just tell you what I think or how I feel. Or if I'm making a mistake, I'm the first to admit it. Like in my videos, I love the comments that say, yeah, but you're single. Yeah,
are you in the comment section too?
I will make some comments.
You do?
And some.
Yeah.
I do. Mainly when you're throwing the food on my floor, up in the air. And if he's not destroying the car, he's destroying my bedroom.
I love that little detail that you shoot your recent content in your mom's bedroom. That's pretty funny.
So I've had my TikTok's been chapters of going viral. It started, believe it or not, in the basement of my mom's house with a ring light. That's when the very first viral video, that's where they all happened. Then I'm like, this is getting old. I went outside. I started doing like handstands, push-ups. I'm doing my videos that way. Those are going viral. Then the car happened and I wasn't destroying anything in the car, but when my car broke down, I'm like, you know what? Let me just keep, and then boom, it just kind of happened again. But I've noticed it happens in seasons. Like right now, I think I've outdone the car videos. That's why I'm merging into a bedroom or like, I kind of want to be, I've never made a video where I'm just standing normally. Like I'm full body in the camera. I'm always like sitting or crouching or selfie mode. So it kind of feels freeing in a way to just be able to have my hands free and make the videos that way, and plus having an acting background, it feels more like that too. Like I'm putting on a performance now.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get people to like that, because the car stuff for me is getting old.
Do you feel like you could just do TikTok for forever? Is that?
I don't want to make money on TikTok forever. That's where I'm at now, but I don't mind making the videos forever. Because for me, I'm you know when they say when you start to when your passion starts to feel like a job, you know, that's what I've gone through that moment many, many times. But I do still love the feeling of, okay, what am I going to post today? What should I talk about or how should I look? And
how do you do that every day? Because, you know, there are days where you just don't feel good, right? Or you just don't feel like being on camera. And I told you last night at dinner, I'm like, I'm a showgirl. Like I did the news for 20 years and the news, they're not going to not have a newscast because I'm sick, right? So you got to get on that desk.
Put the face on.
And red light reflex. And so like, how do you do that? Because you have to post every single day. So you have that same pressure.
Cold showers.
Can I comment on that? Because we're all getting up, going to work, you know, for our 8, 10, 12 hours. Here he is at home drinking his coffee, sitting in our little sitting room, doing his little devotions, which is great.
Pure example of my family doesn't get it.
No, but then this is what he says. He says, we'll say, well, Zach, can you run and do this for somebody or pick this up? Well, Mom or Brooke or whoever, listen, I got a lot of work to do and I don't feel like doing it. I said, oh my goodness, you can't.
Now, hang on.
Because he says, I got to sit here and make a video I don't feel like making, but I do get it because you've got to be in that person. You've got to be in that mindset.
Yeah,
I just want to jump in here. I know you know this now, but when I am sitting there and I'm on my phone, it's not a normal person just sitting on their phone. Every email I'm opening or reading or about to think of a video to make is how I make the same money you make at work. You know what I mean? But for some people, they'll never, and I have friends that will never understand that.
And I do respect it now. I think his sister still makes fun of him, but
no, and I'll be honest, this is really coming from my heart. Like I feel guilty. There was a time where the money was really good from social media, but I'm not getting up. I'm not getting up at 4 or 5 in the morning to brush the snow off my car and go to work.
Yeah.
I just get up, make my coffee, and whenever I'm ready, I'll get a shower and post. But I'm making the same amount of money, if not a little more, doing that. So I'm sorry.
And I have learned to respect that.
I've worked hard to get to that point. Everyone says, how do I do what you do? Well, take about 2.5, 3 years of your life and find an outlet or a niche and stay consistent with that for that long. Then you can start doing it. I did this for years to get to that point.
But what about days when like you're just feeling depressed or periods of anxiety?
So I'm going to be honest. I don't film those days. If I'm feeling sick or I'm feeling under the weather or hungover or any of that kind of stuff, because we're all human, we all have our bad days. Even if it's a day where you physically feel fine, but up here you don't. And to be honest, this is where I'm hurting the most out of anywhere else. It's all mental for me, everything. And I don't take any medication. I pray. That's all I do. I simply don't post those days because to have that energy that I give off in my videos and to feel good as I'm doing it, because people can read your energy. They can feel what you're giving. And if I'm slightly off or that there's no punchline or I can't come up with something, I just simply won't post. But what that does is there's a day of money I'm not making, you know?
I want to go back to when we were talking about the serial dating. What kind of girl do you want Zach to find? What is she like?
Well, I want her to be family oriented because we're very much family oriented.
She can't be awkward around family. Like if I have to like get up and go do something and I'm leaving my girl in front of family,
we want her to say, okay, hey, and be able to sit and
be a part of the family.
And be part of the family. Yeah. And
we've had many where they couldn't.
So, but I want her to love God. I want her to be a godly woman. And respect what he does.
Respectfully,
exactly. So, and I, not to be selfish, but I do like him to be family, like another daughter or somebody that, I feel comfortable with, because I'm so close to him.
With them too. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, and to get along with his sister. That's a biggie.
My sister has usually always called it when it comes to my girlfriends. And in the moment, I'm like, don't listen to her, Zach, do you? And then it always ends up the way she predicted.
Yeah.
Always.
Sisters know.
They just
They
do.
do.
I don't know how you guys do that, but
I love that you've brought your family into some of your content too.
yeah. It's funny. 2 years ago, you would never, ever even know that I live in my mom's house still. Actually, 2 years ago, I didn't. But
Do people like comment on that or send you messages about that?
you know what's funny is sometimes I do get those kinds of messages.
Are they like, bro, you live with your parents? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And our basement's not finished, so it's a mess. And of
Yeah.
course,
To
he
be-
picks the messiest room.
To be honest, I don't think a lot of them know until now if they watch this that I live in my mom's house.
Yeah.
I don't think they know. In fact, I think some of them think that the rental car I'm using right now, because I actually filmed a video in it, that they think that's my new car.
This poor guy. We got to get you a car.
I wish I was making 3.6 million follower money. But
Yeah.
I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not. I wish I was. And the funny thing is I could be. I've never known what business route to take. I'm not good with that. I'm good at making the content, being the face of it, even putting myself in situations that make me uncomfortable. I'm not good at the strategic mindset of business. Like I could come up with a product, but I don't know what I'm doing.
You're
at that
even
point.
good at the editing and the
Well, editing
Editing's really good.
all
That's
that
all-
different kinds of
that's all
stuff.
part of that's like the production, getting it out there.
So it's like,
It's
I know
the
there's something
business.
for you out there like that, but just getting there.
What advice do you have for other content creators?
Consistency is really, that's why I blew up. If
Mm.
I would have just posted once, went viral and just kind of like, you know what I mean? You need to post as much as you possibly can. I don't recommend posting more than twice a day. You know, a lot of people say post 40 videos a day. I actually don't recommend that. I've done that before. I went that route before, and it's not the same. It does not work as well as you would think. Because you would think the more you post, the more your name's shown, the more your face is shown.
Yeah.
It's not the case for me, at least. I recommend no more than 2 videos a day. But yeah, I think everyone, it's 2026. The world is online now. You don't go and get a job at McDonald's like back in the day. If you want to make money, pick up your phone, figure out what you like. Is it art? Is it the gym? Is it beauty? Is it advice, life advice, relationship advice? Pick a lane. Don't pick multiple, pick one.
Yeah.
And now put your full energy and full focus on how can I make a 1-minute video of this topic entertaining, and also other people can take something from it, like advice or whatever, that they can actually be like, wow, I like this. I'm going to follow that person. And that's why you only want to pick one, by the way, because if you're doing multiple, you may not get the following you're looking for. Because let's say you really like Harry Potter. I follow a guy who posts about Harry Potter. But if he were to now start switching it up on me and posting other stuff, well, I'm only following him to see the Harry Potter stuff.
Right.
It's not going to work. But consistency, you need to post all the time. I was posting every day for a year straight. I did not miss one day.
Wow.
And that's how my numbers went up. And there's going to be days where there's no views, or like the views are low, your followers aren't going up. You got to keep pushing through it. The best things in life are not for free.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You know that saying?
Yes.
I don't believe, I mean, what, I'm just saying, like, you got to work for it. It's not going to be handed to you.
That's
Some
the
people
truth.
think if I just look the part, I'll get the role. And sometimes that works, but if you really want things, you're going to have to work for it. You got to figure something out. You got to put your mind to it. You got to ask for help. If you need help, you got to connect with people. It's not what you know anymore. It's who you know. And that would be my advice, is post every day, but make sure you got to put the work in.
What does your Instagram feed look like? Like, what's your algorithm?
Oh, what mine looks like?
Yeah. Like, I'll tell you mine. It's wiener dogs, and astrologers,
Okay.
and dating advice.
Men, do you hear that? It's not the other thing. She's single. No.
Oh, geez, respectfully.
No, so honestly, my feed, now, with all due respectfully speaking, it is women, gym content, and this pastor guy.
Yeah.
Weird combination. But yeah, the funny thing with the women stuff is it's always been there. I've never had an Instagram feed where there's not like an attractive girl somewhere in my feed.
Yeah.
But because I do like the fitness stuff a lot, the Diamond Gym that I was just at, They pop up all the time.
What's the deal with the Diamond Gym?
So the Diamond Gym, I think it's been around for a long time, but just recently I've come across on YouTube videos of YouTubers I watch on a daily basis going to this gym because it's considered one of the hardest gyms in the world, meaning like
they work you.
They work you until they break you, but they don't do it to be mean. It's to get that,
to build you up,
to get that out of you, get whatever's in there trapped. It's coming out of you. Matt Rife has been there, the Trend Twins, Will Tennyson, and I follow all these. I love those content creators because they all have the bodies I want one day. And I wish I was more into fitness like that. Like I wish I could turn my content into fitness actually. But
you probably could.
I probably could. See, that's the thing. Once you get to a certain point in social media, you now think and know you want to do more. I don't want to just talk about relationships. I want to talk about this, that, and then actually do that, this, that. But I've done that and they don't push your videos.
You just said consistency, remember?
That has nothing to do with what I just said. We're talking about routes, like different lanes of content. No, post every day. That's what, no.
So yeah, post every day, but will his fans allow him to stray from the dating conversation?
Okay, that relationship guy.
Because you know what's sad is this movie, when the first trailer comes out, I'm going to share it on all my platforms, to get the movie out there, but it's not going to blow up. You know what I mean?
Because you're playing the bad guy, like the villain.
Well, not only that, but it's a movie. It's not me in my car talking about relationships.
Right.
That's the struggle I've come to find in social media. Whatever you start doing that blows up, you might that's what you got to keep doing. Something of that nature, at least. Like if I were to go back into the car and start destroying it again, but now I'm talking about a different topic, it would probably still do somewhat good. But it's weird. I don't know why social media is like that, but it's like you have to stay in that lane.
Where do you see it going?
Social media?
Yeah.
I think where we see it going now, I think it's literally going to be a form of everyday work. Like I think real work, thanks to AI, is slowly going to come to an end. I really do. Because even your job, a computer could do. My sister's, she would have to keep working. But I think because of AI, I think social media, I'll put it this way, I think it's going to get scarier because I was just at the gym the other day and I posted me working out.
Yeah.
And I purposely told my buddy, film me. I'm lifting. I'm maxing out several machines. I just want to, for my own, I'm getting stronger. I like showing that, whatever. Right. But because of AI, people could think that's AI.
I know,
and
you never know what to believe.
That could be not me in that gym doing that. So it's like, even with acting, like they actually have an actress who's all AI and she can be used for commercials, for commercial work and stuff. So
the company that created her gets paid for. Yeah. Wow.
So like instead of the actress in real life, they're paying the creators of this actress.
Pay the fake girl, right?
Right, exactly. Didn't they do that to you in one of your?
Yeah, like I've had several brand deals now where they are asking,
really weird.
Do we have your permission to use your face?
Your likeness.
You don't have to make the video. We're going to make it with AI. You just have to post it. And it's like, wow, like my own work, what I'm doing on social media is now they're using AI to do it.
Wow.
All I have to do is press a button and that's it. So I think it's going to get scarier, but what's going to end up happening is it's going to really put a dent in social media, I think, because now let's say any kind of content you're making, how do we know it's real? How do we know anything's real, And I don't know. I think it's going to get to a really dark place, even darker than what we see now. I don't know what the future of it looks like, but I could really get into some stuff. What I think AI is going to do. I don't know. It's probably going to make me look like a crazy person, but I'm just going to say it.
Do it.
I think that AI is eventually going to take over the world. I mean, like take over the world.
Yeah.
Not like iRobot, not like a movie, but like actually take over. Meaning everyone has what? A cell phone. What can AI control? Devices, technology. I think there's going to be a time in the future where we're going to get to a one AI control our currency is going to be like AI coins, or it's going to be a one world currency of some sort that this AI can control. And now we're going back to the Bible. It speaks about an image that is going to be created by a false prophet in Revelation and in Daniel. And that this image has the power to speak and the power to kill. Well, the only thing I can think of that could come into relations of that would be AI. It's an image that comes to life, that can speak, can't kill me yet. And I don't know how they're going to plan that, if that is what is happening here. And I think it's going to get to a point where AI is literally going to control the world. And if you do not abide by what it's saying to do, it's going to end you. It's going to get rid of you. Some way, it's going to start small. It's going to always, everything's going to start gentle. Maybe they'll stop you from making purchases. Maybe they'll freeze your bank account, or maybe they'll even start taking money out of your bank account. But then eventually it's going to get to a point where, no, you do what we say or else. And
kind of like those movies you mentioned.
I guess it is kind of like that.
What is that? Yeah. Life imitating art, or art imitating life? Yeah.
Yeah. And if you read the Bible, it speaks a lot about stuff like this in the end. Like, it's not as fantasy as people think. It's all literal, factual. And again, I'm reading the Bible a lot. I'm learning a lot. So it's like I'm on fire sometimes. I can't shut up about it. I got to share this. I got to talk about that. And so I'm still, I'd like to call myself a beginner Seventh-day Adventist Christian, because I would always call myself that, but I wasn't living the life of that until, honestly, until around the time Charlie Kirk died. Yeah. Something changed in me ever since then. And I think now I'm really going through a change right now, a spiritual change.
And do you feel like, I mean, you've got like 4 million followers. Do you feel like they even have any clue who you are?
No. I don't think anyone knows who I really am. And I feel weird talking about this, but I struggle with that myself. I, at one point, had to ask my family, do I have multiple personality disorder? I don't, but
Is it just like imposter syndrome?
It could be, like when I'm making my videos, I am putting on a show, I'm acting. That's that version. When I'm around my family, that's another version. When I'm by myself, that's a completely different version. When I'm with friends, there's another version. And when I'm on a date with a girl or in a relationship, there's another version. And I know everyone kind of has these different moments where they act this way and maybe they'll stop, whatever. But for me, they're really strong. And hence why I want to be an actor, because I'm so good at transforming my everything. Like, you give me a role where I'm playing somebody that's not me. I love that, because that's,
you get to be something else. Or
I'm fascinated with the art of transformation. Like Heath Ledger, Joker, and then you watch him in an interview. It's crazy. That kind of acting. And that's what drew me in initially to acting. That someone was able to do that. I have a feeling with some work, training, I can do that.
Is that your dream role?
Yeah, a role of that's probably, because like the Joker's like the most famous villain in all movie history, but just a role that's like not me, like the complete opposite, but like a movie that my mom doesn't even recognize her son on the screen. That to me would be a role of a lifetime. And of course, on the big screen, I've always told my family my dream would come true if my face is on one of the big movie posters. Like when you walk into a movie theater, you see all that. That would be Zack Barbour's Endgame. I made it. That would be me making it in this life.
What do you think about what he's done so far?
I'm impressed. I am.
Is it weird for you that he's got 4 million followers and you're in his comment section, you see what they're saying?
Yes, yeah. I do.
I don't think it hits you though. Like it doesn't hit me either.
Because you see, like, I don't know his name, but like the famous young boy, he's growing up now, who did all the toys. What would he do? He would test toys out. Well, he's become a millionaire.
Yeah.
And so it's that kind of thing. It's not that I'm money hungry. I just want to see him actually make money from if this is your career.
Mm-hmm.
And then honestly too, he's always wanted to be an actor, and I think he is phenomenal at it. Just, things I've already seen. But then I think it would contradict with his belief also.
Mm-hmm.
And
so that's kind of the contradicting.
I'm at a complete crossroads at the moment. And it's because of my relationship with God. If I was an actor in Hollywood, I don't know if I would still be able to be a Seventh-day Adventist. If I was a model in Miami, I would not be able to still be a Seventh-day Adventist.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of sad because things I really know I'm good at in this world give me purpose, I'm passionate about, they don't align with what God wants me to do. And because I'm getting so much closer to God, I know it's time. He's not gonna pull on me like this again. I think this is like my final call. Zack, I'm trying to show you what I want you to do. And I think the following has a role in that.
Mm-hmm.
I've made about 3 videos talking about God in the Bible so far. Views aren't that high.
What's the reaction?
But the reaction is not what I thought. It's not really hate.
Is it positive?
I was talking.
I'm sorry about that.
It's not really hate. It's not really disagreement. It's more like, thank you. Like, I needed this today. I swear, I keep telling this to people. If I were to make a video of my DMs ever since I've been posting about God, people would be shocked. Like, I'm really reaching people. And I had no idea my following was religious like that. This is all kind of a new thing I'm kind of throwing at them. And I mentioned that. I'm like, I'm not trying to throw God at you. I'm just on fire spiritually. I wouldn't be a Christian. At least I don't think I would if I wasn't talking about it.
Yeah. Also, this is your platform, and you have people have to allow you to evolve, right? Just as a person. So.
And I think they're seeing that because, like Justin Bieber, his true diehard fans, they've seen him from kid to bad boy to adult to now father and husband, all that stuff. They've known me about 4 or 5 years. They've seen me go through a lot of different changes, Well,
even Bieber, because he went through some things, he ended up writing Christian songs.
Yeah.
And I've seen those. So you're giving somebody to hold on to, or if you're going through something, there is that higher power, that God that, it will get you through. Again, if you believe in it, have faith, Well, so it just, rather than push it, it seems like you're just putting it out there for those that do believe. It's not like you're saying.
It's so weird and funny seeing you on a podcast.
Oh my goodness.
It's cool, actually. I'm glad I brought you. My show.
You're a natural, by the way.
Oh, you're so nice.
You really are.
Yeah.
You're better than me at it.
Thank you.
No, you know what's really crazy? The night before we left to come to New Jersey, I was watching one of this guy's videos, Paul Anthony Mitchell. I think that's his name. And I forget. I hope I'm saying it right.
It is. I looked it up for you.
Good. He was on a podcast and he's going through these spiritual gifts that everyone has, and not everyone's is the same. And that's when he was mentioning about, it's not a suggestion, it's a command. God's asking us to do these things. And he brought up about being an influencer, and whatever source is, like if it is social media or whatever, that's your calling. That's where you should be witnessing and doing your work. And it's just amazing how the timing of seeing that, the videos I just started making, being on this podcast, even being able to speak about this in a way that's not just in my car hitting stuff. I know God is calling me to do bigger things in this world. And I know for a fact he's just getting started with me.
Well, and I was going to ask you that too, because when I found out you had never been on a podcast, I just figured I'll invite you. You say no, you say no. But when you said yes, I was like, he wants to come on the podcast? Like, that's awesome. You have all of these followers, like that's a huge audience. And I was just curious, like, why did you make that choice? You drove here. It was 3 hours just to get here.
Yeah.
Like you put in the effort, but I'm curious, like, why? Like, what was the vision?
Well, respectfully, I like what you're doing here. Like, I think what did I see? I saw something on your page. You know what I think it was? I think I saw the quality. I've been offered to be on podcasts before, and it's always just like a virtual, over the phone, nothing in the background. They're just sitting at a desk and we're talking about boring stuff. But you have a whole set. I saw like what you were trying to do with the name and like your image, and I saw that you do have a background on as a news anchor. That's I've never been on a podcast, and I've always wanted to be on one because I want people to get to know me a little bit better. I don't think they really know me, and I don't know me sometimes, and I'm trying to figure that out, as a man, as a single man in this world.
But that makes you so relatable to say that, because we all feel that way, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But no, I got a glimpse of what you were getting started here, and I wanted to be a part of it instantly. I would have probably been here when we first talked initially, but I just couldn't. There was no way to get here. And now the timing was right, and we finally made it. And I kind of was going through all your content and getting to know you a little bit, and I think you're a really cool person. And I think you're trying to do a good thing with what your talent is, and I don't want to get into your past. I did look you up a little bit and found out some things. And I just think what you're doing is extremely awesome, and that you took a negative and turned it into a positive. Like, you're not done. Jamie's not done. You got a lot more to say, respectfully. Yeah. And a lot more to do. And I think this is an awesome setup. Your team is amazing. They're awesome people.
They are.
We had a great time last night.
We really did.
So I couldn't say no to something like this. And then last but not least, something about our FaceTime, I go with my gut on a lot of things. I don't want to lean on my own understanding. I don't want to do what Zack wants to do. I want to do what feels right, what God wants me to do. I've had a good feeling in my gut since we had that talk. And I just felt like I needed to come and do this.
Very cool. Where can people find you?
So TikTok, it's just at Zack Barbour. Instagram, it's at Zack_Barbour. And that's really it. I do have a Snapchat that I kind of just post silly little things on, but Instagram and TikTok, those are my big ones right there.